Hello again, this is Professor Burns, and this is my third and final video on the global forecast from the years 2020 through 2032. Let us now move on to the most important slide, where we'll be talking about the market cycles, the big picture. You might know the terms, you might be familiar with the terms, the bear market. Well, you're just hanging there. I believe that the new market cycle, the new economic cycle, will start at some point in 2020 and will conclude with a happier end around 2024. This is going to be a bear market, which means that we might have some earth-shattering events in 2020. And by 2021, it's going to be very obvious that we'll just have to keep on working and just, in a very humble, sustainable, dedicated way, we just have to move on as a global community to address the challenging environment. And there is a very promising, amazing cycle from 2025 up to around 2032, 33. So that new cycle will be the bull market, which means that it is driven in an environment of optimism and high demand for commodities, high demand for transportation, innovative technologies, and much more. And hopefully, the geopolitical environment, which is really, really critical in 2020 and 2021, is going to calm down, and as a global community we'll be able to move ahead and set aside any kind of differences, polarization, and so on. I can substantiate these findings based on my econometric formulas, my algorithms, and also I would say the market sentiment and the geopolitical cycles. Now, we have to talk about the industry as well. So what is the next decade going to bring in terms of supply chain, trade, transport? What are we going to experience here in the US? So one of the areas of focus will be the infrastructure optimization. If we focus on particular trade centers, we will observe that the networking channels, the different nodal points might not be fully optimized. As an example, there might be investments in particular areas of the world, like we're going to build a new chemical plant. However, we don't see a highly organized or optimized manner, well, where this chemical plant is going to have the infrastructure to build more to make this area a money magnet, like a money-making machine. So we will have to optimize our infrastructures. Another critical point will be the new financial and investment systems. Again, 2020 is going to make it obvious that the obsolete banking systems are not, don't work, or the mechanisms, the investment mechanisms, the banking mechanisms don't work the way they're supposed to. So we'll have to reinvent banks or financial institutions and the way that we do investments with a lot of public-private partnerships. So we'll see like a new chapter of these partnerships. Next, policy, in particular the environmental law. And coming from the maritime industry, I know that we have a lot of things coming up. Maybe this is my inspiration to see that the maritime industry traditionally is a pioneer in terms of regulatory framework, and the environmental component will be an area that we'll see a lot of new developments. One more thing, strategic automation. The reason why I chose the word strategic here is that we do have the innovative technologies available. However, we must strategically decide from a political or economic perspective what is really best for a country, any country. Let us bring an example again within the maritime industry. Think of a mega port. What is best for our economy at a global level or maybe at a national level? Is it better to implement technologies where thousands of people will be losing their jobs because they're being replaced by machinery? Is this an option? We're going to be fully automated at the expense of some thousands of jobs? Or should we focus on the human factor, eliminate unemployment? So these are some political decisions. Again, there's two sides in every coin and many different arguments, but we will have to address this type of decisions and yeah, we'll have to move forward. Of course, blockchains, bitcoins, cryptocurrencies, yeah, this is going to be the new era. We know this. Big data analytics, that's the future. That's where I'm really spending many hours a day in my life to try to work on this component. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of my presentation. I wish you a very productive 2020 and all the way through 2034. I'm sure that we're all very excited to see this new era and these new industry and economic chapters unfold ahead of us. I truly hope that polarization will not cause social or geopolitical challenges in the world. We hear that inequality or the distribution of resources at a global level is going to be an issue, but I definitely hope for the very, very best. And we definitely learn as a community. And I feel that long term, we're going to be learning from any challenges and any market fluctuations. Have a blessed 2020. Thank you.